Détruire.
Welcome back to Marvelous Videos. I'm Rylan. The X-Men are an iconic bunch, but have you heard about this exceptional woman? This mutant character possesses a unique ability. She can manipulate her bones in a special way. Growing up in a place known as the Morlocks, her appearance is quite distinct, with her bones protruding from her body. She is one of the most underrated X-Men characters, who can not only change her bone structure and shape, but can also pack quite a powerful punch to break the bad guy's bones as well. If you haven't guessed it already, we're talking about Marrow. Let's talk about her even further. But before we get into our explanation, we do have one very small request. If you enjoy our content, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is just one small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thanks! Now, let's begin. Who is Marrow? How was she saved from Marauders? Marrow's rescue from the Marauders was a pivotal moment in the X-Men comics. The Marauders were a group of mutant assassins employed by the villainous Mr. Sinister. During the infamous Mutant Massacre storyline, the Marauders attacked the Morlock community, leading to a brutal massacre that left many mutants dead or injured. Marrow, then a child, was among the survivors. The X-Men, upon discovering the devastation, rushed to help. During the chaos, the X-Men fought against the Marauders to rescue any survivors they could find. Gambit, a reformed thief and mutant with a connection to the Marauders, played a crucial role in helping the X-Men locate Marrow. Gambit saved Marrow from one of the Marauders, Vertigo, and handed her over to Storm for safekeeping. Marrow's rescue marked a turning point for her character. She was taken under the X-Men's protection and given a chance for a better life. This event also began Marrow's journey from a frightened survivor to a more complex and developed character within the X-Men universe. The Mutant Massacre storyline, including Marrow's rescue, had a lasting impact on the X-Men comics, shaping the relationships and motivations of various characters for years to come. Marrow is now leader of Gene Nation. The rise of Marrow to power within the Gene Nation was a crucial turning point in the development of her character. After M-Day's destruction, which resulted in the annihilation of mutant powers, Marrow was forced to cope with the weakened status of her bone-manipulating skills. Her powers changed at the same time as she began to feel distant from the X-Men and their mission. Marrow joined the Gene Nation, a society of mutants with noticeable physical changes, in search of meaning and a sense of belonging. She rose to prominence inside this community, eventually acquiring the role of leader. This was more than a symbolic title. It was a position that held the weight of guiding a marginalized group of mutants as they strove to carve out a place for themselves in a world that frequently excluded them. What a queen! Marrow's leadership of Gene Nation underscored her resilience and transformation from a survivor of tragedy to a figure of influence. Her tenure as a leader was characterized by her determination to create a haven for mutants on a hilltop refuge known as the Hill. Through her unwavering commitment, Marrow demonstrated a deep understanding of the challenges faced by mutants with visible mutations, and she used her experiences to advocate for their rights and dignity. Why Marrow joined the X-Men? Marrow's decision to join the X-Men stemmed from a combination of personal growth, shifting alliances, and the influence of certain X-Men members. After the Morlock massacre, when the Marauders attacked her community, Marrow initially rejected the X-Men's offers for assistance, viewing them as disconnected from the struggles of mutants like herself. However, her perspective began to change when Wolverine, a member of the X-Men, intervened to rescue her from Sabretooth's clutches. This act of compassion planted a seed of doubt in Marrow's mind about her preconceived notions regarding the X-Men. Wolverine's empathy resonated within her, leading her to reconsider her stance. As Marrow spent more time with the X-Men, she witnessed firsthand their dedication to protecting mutant kind and fostering understanding between mutants and humans. This commitment struck a chord with her, especially as she grappled with her own identity and abilities. The sense of belonging and purpose she found amongst the X-Men members, including Storm and Nightcrawler, helped solidify her decision. Marrow's official integration into the X-Men occurred during the Operation Zero Tolerance storyline, wherein the X-Men were targeted by the anti-mutant organization. Marrow chose to align herself with the X-Men cause, realizing that their mission aligned with her desire to defend mutant kind and make a positive impact. Her bone-manipulating abilities, which she had once seen as a curse, became a valuable asset for the team. Marrow becomes Sleeper Agent. No, she doesn't sleep around if that's what you're thinking. Marrow's role as a sleeper agent is a fascinating chapter in the character's journey, exemplifying her complexities of her intricate web of alliances within the Marvel Universe. This plotline came to light in the Spider-Man Team-Up comic series, where Marrow's involvement showcased her depth and unpredictability. In Spider-Man Team-Up number 1, Marrow's status as a sleeper agent was revealed when she attacked Spider-Man during a confrontation. This shocking twist was a result of the manipulations of the villainous Wizard, who had taken control of Marrow's mind. Her actions were not driven by her own will, underscoring the vulnerability of mutants who are susceptible to external influence. Marrow's appearance in that comic series provided a new layer to her character, highlighting her struggle against external forces that sought to exploit her abilities for their own gains. This storyline also demonstrated the complexities of her choices and her vulnerability to manipulation, even though her initial motivations for joining the X-Men were rooted in a desire for belonging and purpose. As Spider-Man and Marrow clashed, readers were reminded of Marrow's history as a Morlock survivor and her complex relationship with the X-Men. The story explored themes of control, agency, and the blurred line between heroism and manipulation. Marrow's portrayal as a sleeper agent added depth to her character, showcasing the ongoing internal battles that many mutants faced within the Marvel Universe. Face off against Agent Zero. Agent Zero is not your everyday rival, and is definitely more than a zero. This confrontation occurs during the X-Force comic series, Volume 1, issues number 86 to 87. Agent Zero, also known as Christopher Nord, and Marrow cross paths due to their mutual involvement with the X-Force team. Nord was initially sent by Weapon X to retrieve Marrow, who had left the X-Force. The tension between them was fueled by Marrow's distrust of authority figures and Nord's past affiliations with government organizations like Weapon X. The clash between her bone-based powers and Agent Zero's kinetic energy absorption and precision marksmanship created a visually dynamic and intense battle. This encounter was not just about physical combat. It delved into the character's personal motivations and histories. Marrow's determination to break free from her past and control her destiny clashed with Agent Zero's duty-bound perspective. Ultimately, the face-off against Agent Zero provided readers with a glimpse into Marrow's complexity as a character, highlighting her evolution from a survivor of tragedy to a fighter of her own autonomy. She is a strong-willed woman after all. Her interview with Sally Floyd. Sally is a fallen from grace journalist who tried to make a comeback by reporting about the M-Day. Here, Marrow emerged as a spokesperson for the group of Morlocks following the events of M-Day. During this time, she engaged in an interview with Sally Floyd, documented in her X-Mutant diaries. Marrow's primary objective was to obtain protection and hope to the remaining mutants who chose to stay underground, rather than venturing to the surface and lead conventional lives. Her interview carries significant undertones regarding the impending Superhero Registration Act. Marrow subtly conveyed her perspective that the more Congressman Sykes advocated for mutant registration, the more he could obscure the underlying reality. She pointed out that American citizens were already subjected to various forms of labeling and registration, including social security numbers and credit cards, which came with certain privileges like access to police and emergency services. Spider-Man expressed trust in Sally Floyd due to her conversation with Marrow, highlighting the importance of the interview in shaping perspectives on mutant rights and registration. In Generation M, Marrow is depicted as one of the mutants who lost her powers due to the events of House of M. The series explores her struggles in coping with the loss of her abilities and the challenges she faces in a world where she was once a proud and powerful mutant. But does she give up? Let's see. Okay, who are we kidding? No, she didn't. Marrow lost her powers. In the House of M storyline, a major Marvel Comics crossover event published in 2005, Marrow was depicted as losing her mutant powers due to the reality-altering abilities of the Scarlet Witch. The storyline revolved around the Scarlet Witch's mental breakdown, resulting in her warping reality and creating an alternate world where mutants were the dominant species. This event had significant consequences for many mutants, including Marrow. In House of M, Marrow's powers were depowered, along with the majority of the mutant population. In this altered reality, mutants' powers were either suppressed or altered to fit this new world. But don't worry, Marrow just switched to using knives, and you best believe that she was really good at it. Tragic story of Marrow's child. She had a child? What? Okay, we're shocked about this too. Marrow in particular had to cope with a great deal of trauma. She discovered she had previously been pregnant while on X-Force, but a terrorist organization had taken the growing fetus for stem cells while she was asleep. Marrow had agreed to allow the terrorist organization to experiment on her in order to regain her mutant abilities, but she had no idea that they would kill her unborn child. Marrow felt outraged and bereaved when she found out about this secret. Marrow assassinated the terrorist organization's head in retaliation for what they had done to her. She continued to try to lose herself in violence, assisting X-Force in pursuing an out-of-control superpowered Phantom X. Marrow believed that continuously being on the attack and trusting no one but herself would prevent her from being harmed again. She was scared that if she trusted other people, they would betray her, in the same way that the organization that killed her unborn child had also betrayed her. No one messes with a grieving Ninja Corps mother. Marrow finally realized in X-Force issue number 14 that putting all of her focus in defending herself and never really trusting anyone was hindering her from recovering from her trauma. Though it appeared to shelter her, it really made her more tired and distant, and it kept her clinging to her pain. She realized that she could only go forward if she allowed herself to rely on others and be open with them. Imagine knowing all this, but not going to therapy. Marrow becomes a member of the Hellfire Club. Marrow's unexpected association with the Hellfire Club is a memorable storyline from Marvel Comics' Uncanny X-Men series. During this arc, Marrow undergoes a significant character shift as she becomes involved with the influential Hellfire Club. Struggling with her identity and her place among the X-Men, Marrow finds herself susceptible to manipulation by Sebastian Shaw, a key figure within the Hellfire Club. Shaw capitalizes on Marrow's feelings of discomfort and promises her a sense of belonging, power, and purpose that she craves. Our girl Marrow is what they say a wanderer. Marrow's entry into the Hellfire Club marks a departure from her usual heroic affiliations. The Hellfire Club is renowned for its opulence and often dubious dealings, standing in stark contrast to the X-Men's altruistic mission. This storyline presents Marrow's internal conflict as she grapples with her decision to align herself within the club, knowing that it goes against the values that she once upheld. While a member, Marrow interacts with other Hellfire Club members, such as Emma Frost, further shaping her experiences and interactions. This storyline delves into Marrow's complexity, the gray area between heroism and self-interest. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. Marrow comes to the island of Krakoa. In this storyline, Marrow is among the mutants who responded to the Call of Krakoa, an island nation that serves as a safe haven for mutants. Under the leadership of mutants like Professor Xavier, Magneto, and Cyclops, Krakoa offers a place where mutants can coexist and thrive, free from persecution. Marrow's decision to join Krakoa signifies her alignment with the goals of mutant solidarity and unity. Marrow's arrival on Krakoa underscores her desire for acceptance and a fresh start, as well as her recognition for the potential of mutants to forge a new collective future. Being a part of Krakoa also opens up new opportunities for Marrow to interact with a diverse range of mutants and contribute her unique abilities to the betterment of mankind. This storyline showcases the evolving landscape of mutant society within the Marvel Universe and the various character story arcs that emerge as mutants grapple with their past, their powers, and their place in this new world order. After all, #Mutant Lives Matter. She fought alongside her fellow Morlocks to protect Lowtown from the Reavers, and she was present when the residents declared that Lowtown had become Mutitown. She also became a member of the Magic Squad, the Dark Riders, which assisted Man-Thing in regaining control from the Harrower and preventing her from utilizing his powers to wipe out Earth's human population. She was also a candidate for the newest X-Men squad, but was defeated by Polaris. Well, I guess you win some, you lose some. Another marvelous appearance of Marrow. Marrow's animated appearance in Wolverine and the X-Men brought her character to life in a different medium, showcasing her unique abilities and her dynamic personality. The animated series featured Marrow as a prominent member of the X-Men. In this animated extravaganza that aired from 2008 to 2009, Marrow takes her bone-bending skills to the main stage as a core member of the X-Men Dream Team. When the crew meets Polaris, he assembles a friendly Sentinel, which the team takes with them. Marrow befriends the Sentinel, who is given the name Rover. Marrow's commitment to Rover eventually produces problems for the team. She resolves to have Rover assist the squad, but Rover is soon destroyed. She then chooses to inform a group of Sentinels that she can take them to Charles Xavier, but she subsequently brings Polaris back with her to face the Master Mold. It's not just about jaw-dropping fights. Wolverine and the X-Men gives Marrow the character depth that she deserves. As she navigates the animated world, her evolution from a lone wolf to a pack member resonates with viewers, reflecting the themes of unity and acceptance that the X-Men embody. How powerful exactly are her bones? Marrow, the bone-bending mutant sensation, flexes a unique array of powers that set her apart in the Marvel Universe. She possesses an extraordinary ability to rapidly generate and manipulate her bone structure. This grants her the power to reshape her bones into various weapons, from spikes and blades to projectiles, for both offense and defense. Her bone growth is visually instantaneous, providing a formidable advantage in combat scenarios. Adding a twist to her physiology, Marrow possesses not one, but two hearts. This physiological anomaly contributes to her heightened endurance and her physical resilience, enhancing her capacity to withstand the rigors of battle. Along with that, she also happens to have enhanced strength, enhanced agility, enhanced reflexes, and all of that considered, she is truly the Wonder Woman of the Marvel Universe. Marvelous verdict. Marrow, the mutant marvel with the power to reshape her bones into an arsenal of weapons, proves that being unique is where your true power lies. From spikes to blades, she's got a bone to pick with anyone who crosses her path. But it's not just about the bone-bending action. Marrow's journey from lone survivor to X-Men hero is a true tale of growth, grit, and finding her place in a world that's anything but ordinary. With dual hearts pumping courage through her veins, Marrow embodies the spirit of mutant resilience and unity. So, next time you're in need of a hero who's equal parts fierce and fun, just remember the name, Marrow, the queen of bone power. What are your thoughts on Marrow? Let us know in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Until next time, I'm Rylan. Have a good one and be safe.